Husband cheated with stripper. He's very remorseful. I'm confused. Posted by Namebrand Horror. If you like these stories and want to see more, please like and subscribe. Hello. This is my first time posting. I'm hoping someone can offer some insight or clarity to this situation. Background: we met when we were 17. Friends for years and started dating when we were 21. Married at 25. First child born at 29. I'm currently pregnant with our second child. We have been through hell and back in this relationship. When we were dating and a lot younger, he made bad judgment calls. He had a DUI. After that, he realized he messed up with the DUI, vowed to me he would get his act together and bettered our lives by growing up, making better decisions, changing jobs. He really proved himself. I'm also no angel either, but together we bettered ourselves individually and as a couple. We have always been very upfront with each other. We're best friends. The relationship started out as friends. We are happily married. Cheating is very out of character for my husband. I never doubted anything he said or did because words and actions backed each other up. Recently, we went to a friend's house for a couple of hours and came home. He informed me he was going to go back out with a friend who I'm not fond of. I asked for him not to go because of a couple of reasons, but not because of trust. I just don't like the friend. When they hang out, they don't know an appropriate hour to go home, etc. Anyways, I get woken up at 4:30 a.m. Hubby is complete obliterated drunk. And he gets into bed. He just showered, strange to me because he's gone out before and hasn't done that. Okay, whatever, I'm tired. I go back to bed. He's slurring really bad. I wake up the next morning to start my day, and I see a used condom clear as day out in the open with a wrapper and a receipt for a decent amount of money. I immediately confront him, and then I leave. I need air. I need time, I need a lot of crap. I return, and we talk. I calmly explained after I cleared my head, regardless of what story he tells me, he cheated. The story he told me was he got honey after leaving, has condoms, and jerked off because he's lazy after he comes for easier cleanup and because he was so drunk just left it there in the open. And the receipt was for the ATM to throw money. He was apologizing, saying this was a mistake, he's embarrassed, this will never happen again, blah blah blah. At this point, I'm fracking pissed, and I just go about my day. So after thinking about it for several days, and cleared my head more, I get in my head, you know, a woman thing. I realize this story does not match up. I know the club he went to, and this club is by OB. So obviously this place is more inclined to provide extra services. I look at the receipt again, and there's a tip line. There are no tip lines on ATM receipts. I confronted him with my revelations, and he wound up coming clean. He says he did jerk off there, and other things happened. He knows for a fact he did not have sex with her. He says although it was not an excuse, he was extremely obliterated drunk. He made a mistake, didn't really know what was going on. Remember, the stripper handed him condom, things happened, he just gets images of some things. He is extremely remorseful, says that he will not hang out with this friend although it was not per se this person's fault, and he will never go to a strip club again. The issue I'm having is, my husband is not an evil person. This was very out of character for him, and he did tell me the truth. Although I doubt if he wasn't a dumbass and left evidence out in the open, I would have never known. But things have a way of working out. Now, normally with trivial things, he plays dumb, acts like he doesn't know what I'm talking about, just being his ass. When I know damn right well, he knows, especially when he has this grin. It pisses me off, but that's him. Anyways, this time, he didn't falter, the story never changed. He just didn't fully tell it. It's out in the open. I said to him, like, what's missing? People cheat when something is missing. He said, honestly, nothing is missing. It was a very bad mistake that will never happen again. He was extremely drunk, wished he had just stayed home. This was the most honest and down-to-earth talk we had in a while. I believed him. He has also talked to me about it since it happened, answered any and all of my questions for me to come to terms with this serious frack up. People make mistakes. We are not perfect. And if it is truly a mistake and it won't happen, and you prove through actions and verbal, then a second chance is deserved. Now if you frack up like this again, we'll then get ready to fracking have your world rocked with the crap I'm capable of. Like I said, this was out of character for him, and I'm no angel either. I made a mistake when we were dating, and no children were involved. Not that what either of us did is justified, but he fracked up more recently, and I fracked up in the past. I look at that was our one free pass to mess up after that. Well, who knows? People cheat mostly because there are things missing in the relationship. Over the years, our friends have dealt with infidelity. One husband cheated because his wife was quite nasty to him, didn't respect him, was selfish. He cheated with someone he knows, and it carried on for a while. Another cheated because his girl would not have sex with him at all. Now granted, we only saw one side of these. Maybe first wife was the way she was because he was cheating, and same with the second girl. We never had issues in the sex department ever. It's not like I don't reject him. I am not moody. Well, normally, this pregnancy is something else, but I would hope he knows that. But other than that, there's nothing that would drive him to cheat. I truly believe it was this one indiscretion. Like it was my one-time indiscretion. I'm not a dumb person, and I don't put up with crap, but who am I call it to quit when he didn't with me, and I proved over and over that it was that one time? Should we seek counseling? Should we just end it? I'm confused. And now for the top comments. So they did a study across 36 cultures of over 2,700 people, if I'm remembering correctly, and found that men who admitted cheating usually weren't based on discontent with the relationship. The guy who did the study was recently in Huberman podcast. Meanwhile, 70% of women said they cheated because of discontentment with the emotional or sexual satisfaction of their current relationship. So he didn't cheat because something was wrong at home. Most men cheat because of the situation that happened here. Drunk and easy opportunity. Doesn't excuse it, but don't think that your relationship was off and signs you missed, because that's not the case here. Also, it's not true that once a cheater always a cheater adage. There are lapses of judgment cheating and there are serial affair cheaters. It's not very likely that the serial affair cheaters will change, as the psychology is very messed up with those individuals. It's like a kleptomaniac of sex, compulsion mixed with the need for a thrill, etc. An error of judgment cheater didn't do it out of compulsion and isn't likely to be a serial cheater. He screwed up and is clearly terrible at cheating. Give yourself time on how you want to proceed. Up to you to figure if you can't forgive and move on. You'll definitely have some trust and complicated fallout to deal with within the relationship after this. For me and my wife, we aren't jealous and are only concerned about emotional betrayal, and if she made a stupid mistake like this, it would bother me. It would be an issue on the same level of lying to me about finance, making big spending decisions behind my back, but I wouldn't consider splitting at all. But we aren't you. Did you really not read your own story? Are you aware of how foolish you sound? You get that you guys got together very young. You get that the person you met at 17 is not the same person at 21. Is not the same person at 30? You get that you truly do not know this guy if you think what he did was out of character. Is it cause you are pregnant and have a pregnancy brain that you want to believe that the man you are with is your best friend and he made a mistake? Do you even know what a best friend is? He's remorseful? Sweetie, he most definitely is not your best friend. It most definitely was not out of character. You want to know why I say this, even though I don't know you or him? I actually read your story as a non-biased person who wants to only be blind and believe the best in him because you love him and he's the father of your children. Please read what you wrote. Please see what I see. Please don't play blind. You went through hell and back, yes, also he is still keeping you there. He has no respect for you. You have him a child, the greatest thing a woman can do for a man. You are currently pregnant with his second child. He has no respect for you. You asked him not to go out with a friend that is a bad influence. He lets himself be influenced. Yes, he lets himself. He has a mind of his own. He gets so wasted that he can't tell you if he screwed this woman or not, which I am 100% sure he did. He disrespected you further by leaving an open condom on the floor. Why does he even have condoms if you're pregnant? That whacking off bullcrap. Sweetie, are you kidding me? Seriously? You have no reason to think he fools around. In this one story alone, I can tell you. I put money on it, he does. Did he even want kids? Did you get pregnant to keep him? 'Cause this story does not sound like a guy who is your best friend. He lies to you, even when he leaves a condom out. He could have just come clean then. He had to be caught to fess up. Please really reevaluate this relationship. It's better to be single and collecting child support than with someone who treats you like a fool and so much disrespect. Honestly, I think divorce would be the best option for you. If he starts lying like this, he plants the seed of doubt in you, and that's hard to get rid of. Also, it's unhealthy for you, your child and the unborn baby. What's your say on this? Do you have a similar story? Comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.